All right, welcome everybody to another lovely day, Monday, and the market is being very Monday-ish, just like we would expect. Hopefully, you're having a good day. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to come on a bit earlier today, but there was a lot of great content floating around that I wasn't about to try to overstep. Uh, I also enjoy floating around and supporting everybody, so figured I'd come on a little later. Hopefully, after the news, see what was going to happen. But it didn't really seem to do much so far today. Couple of things happened in the news and the market didn't really react at all. So good thing, I guess. Things are going to go as planned. JB, welcome, and HRJ Trading, welcome. Nice to have you. Yeah, so in the group, we've been looking at this trend area here, this idea to hold. We did break through slightly, broken back in, and now we've been holding this line. So we're looking to hold here and push. Long term, we're hoping to see some type of a bullish situation happening. Maybe a higher low here and we can push higher. But if we lose this area, have to start looking at more downside. Now we do have targets in mind for downside, but that's for the group, right? So that's what we're looking at right now with Bitcoin. Ethereum, we are in an expected area here. We were looking for a bounce on this level. So far we're bouncing. Again, we are seeing our money flow head in the upward direction here. We want to see this actually start to turn for the better. We want to see this wave back around, continue to push. As far as Bitcoin goes, 12-minute time frame. We've just entered, a death cross, I guess, but you're 50 and 200 MA. But it doesn't mean that we have to hold that. But we could look at, maybe playing with this level a little longer sideways. That could give us some action for alts, which would be good. Bitcoin dominance. Has been pulling back as we have been expecting. Came up, we had this idea. We did come up and do some type of a retest on it. And it looks like we haven't been able to push up through. So now the next level we're going to want to watch. We're going to want to readjust our line. Remember, we have to move with the charts. Now we're looking at this level. We have to see if this can hold, push up, or we are forming some type of a rising pattern here. Either way, maybe we push up once more. This could still be a good sign for us to possibly see alts start to make their move. We're pretty far into the money flow being up in the green here. And if we do start to change direction and head this way, we're going to be very happy with all of the alts that we have. Couple other simple ones that we've been looking at lately. ADA is one we've been watching. Okay, so we've been watching this large pattern with ADA for quite some time. Been waiting for it to make its breakthrough and for us to start seeing that bullish momentum happen. But we came up to this level again. Again, nice little run off of this idea, but we came up to this level. We've been rejected. Start falling through. We were looking for something to start to hold here. Could still be looking at something bullish. But again, we would have been a lot more confident if we had have seen that price action break through this level. So again, we have multiple touches here. And right now, as it sits, we've been rejected again. I don't know that it means we can make it all where we need to necessarily make it all the way down, but obviously it wasn't time for us to make that breakthrough. What we're looking to do once we break through is form some kind of a bullish pattern outside of this level, and continue to test it and show that we're getting support, and then we break up through. We just haven't seen that yet. And that's the same with a lot of alts that we have been looking at. We have these large ideas for these big run-ups. We have ideas for these big run-ups to happen, but we're not there yet. So we're working our way up. We could continue to push, or we could make that trip back down to test this level. I've been talking a lot. If this isn't the one, we're looking for that double bottom. Obviously, when we were looking at stuff mid-April in the group, and everything was down here in these small patterns at these lower levels, it was a great time to get really confident. But now we've gone up. We're in these rising wedges, or we're in these bearish looking patterns, and we're kind of looking at potentially breaking trend now and possibly taking a breath. Hey, Andrew, nice to have you. Canada, yeah, I see. Me too. Canada all the way, right? Well, I mean, everybody rocks, but Canada. Wow, we're not doing so great right now, are we? But we're gonna get there. I just know we will. All right, so let's look at this idea. Okay. Again, there's variance in how accurate this exact line is going to be until you get further into the pattern. But ideally, we're really looking at and that might even be a stretch. We really want to see us push, break up here, or else we could really see a bit of a pullback. I mean, best case, we consolidate and alts run. But if we see this pullback, alts pull back, we get our double bottom. I mean, we're about to take a cross here on the 3 hour. 4 hours trying to. I mean, right now, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is kind of breaking down. We just have to take this into consideration because, again, I like to look at local ideas, and then I like to look at high time frame ideas. So what we're looking to hold locally, again, we just looked over, is this area. We're looking to hold this downward area and start pushing higher and breaking through here. If we aren't able to do that, then we start looking at these higher time frame ideas. Somewhere here we have a rising wedge, right? Broken. Now we have to watch. A lot of times we'll come up, we'll push, we'll end up doing some type of a bearish retest, and then we'll get rejected, and down we go. As for the stock market today, it started out very eventful, and then everything just kind of normalized, and we haven't really done much of anything. Gold was the most eventful thing today. Had a nice little bit of a run, nothing special. Again, that's, stock market, slow, boring. This. All right, so the last time we looked, we we did we did have an idea inside of this pattern. We're looking to hold it. We still could be. And at this point, we would extend if we are going to hold. Now we're looking for this range to hold on the dollar. Again, I usually take this level for level. Probably have the weirdest chart ever, but it works. Back when we had that last run, it was very strange because the dollar started running right after we had our alt season, and then the dollar started running after, right? So, money just moving back and forth from market to market. Now, if this continues to consolidate, Bitcoin cools off, dominance drops, we're still looking at our alts. Nothing new here. Last time we talked, we're at this point, we're watching to see if this thing can hold and push higher, or if it's going to get rejected here and turn into a more bearish idea, something that gets a little more, drawn out over time. Whether we continue to rally or we start to form some type of a pattern here. And again, same thing. I'm a big fan of the arcs. We'll be looking to see if we form some type of an arc here, or if we're able to just push and continue to run. Kind of hard to. This was crypto. You would never consider buying that unless you had a really bullish idea. But it's not crypto. Stock market. So if it can recover this level, it's back on. And it will continue to climb, make nice moves. But we do have to be ready for this to happen. Yeah, sound not great. Well, it's nice to have you, Steve. And yeah, big shout outs to Alex O. What a trooper. That was super kind of him. That's a couple of times now he's done that and shared out with the group. That's super cool of him to do. He's one of the people I really enjoy watching. It's entertaining. It's a great way to start the day and have a coffee. And the community is really cool. There's a lot of really nice people in there. And he's just kind of straight about it. That's the one thing I like about a lot of these traders now. Back, 6 or 7 years ago when you were online, everybody's just trying to shill you coins and sell you their ideas because they were all so confident and everybody was so good and everybody ended up getting wrecked multiple times. But now it's nice to see you come online and there's all these people that are actually just showing you charts. They're showing you ideas. They're not telling you that they think everything's going to the moon. They're not telling you they think everything's going to zero. They're just sharing ideas on how to read the charts, sharing ideas on how to use your risk management correctly. And that's a nice space. That's nice to see. So yeah, I'm always on trying to support those guys. Yeah, it's just a really nice space that's being built right now. It's a really good time to be around crypto. know. It's not the clearest patterns right now. I do see an arc starting. But again, it's been very Monday. This is super Monday. Back and forth, very manipulated. Super annoying to trade. I don't even know. I was trading all morning. I don't even know. I might have a trade open. I think I left the trade open. Yeah, that curve pattern. I'm all about it. That's a big deal. It's a big part of how I trade. A lot of my scalping on small time frames even comes from catching those and just trying to catch the third or fourth bounce up or down. Maybe not. What was another one that we were looking at in the last video? Shiba. We were watching Shiba. I was really looking for it to hold this area, and it did not hold the area. So again, it really might not be time just yet. So here's your two playouts, right? We were looking for this rounded pattern to break up, give us a bullish idea, and continue to break up. If we drop here, that's fine. We're looking to catch this double bottom, and this just gets extended out. Oh, not this, right? This just gets extended out to a longer idea. Maybe the top's higher than I'm looking at right now. It becomes something more like this. And we're still going to have to range a little longer. But again, in the long run, as far as all these alts go, we're down. We've had our downtrend. We're running sideways out of it. Usually that's kind of what'll happen is get your downward trend, you get your nice little run, and then you consolidate for a while and get your next push. So we've kind of done that here, right? We're down, we're running sideways, and now where and how long does it kind of drag on, get boring, you decide to stop watching it, and then that's when it makes that big run up. This will be the fast move, right? Just like this, fast move out. At some point, you'll get a quick move. Again, I was really hoping to not get faked out here and see this push up. Right now, it hasn't done that. There's nothing that says we don't still do that. I mean, there could be something here. But again, this is why I'm always trying to push down and get in on the low spots. Then I can set my stop loss in a comfortable spot. I don't have to worry about it too much. Nothing super exciting to report since the last video. We're still in all of these same. We're ranging again. Right? We ran up, had our run from our ideas. We were looking at this to break. It broke and retested. We went to the next level, pulled back, and now we're stuck ranging again. Somewhere here. We want to see our 50 come around and pull up. Let's see our 200 break down below, and our price action to hold, follow up through, push these targets. This is all across the board. This is what we want for alts. We have to see how Bitcoin reacts And it looks like Bitcoin is reacting. Hey, Alexander G., you have been so busy all day. Thank you for stopping by. I think you have been in every single room that I've visited today as an admin. That is pretty impressive. All right, yeah. So I opened this at some point today. Not sure exactly when I started setting up OBS. It's only a small trade, but I mean it's up $24 right now. We just kind of I kept seeing things bouncing here, and I was doing a bunch of scalp trading this morning. And then when I went to get into the live stream and start setting that up, somewhere down here I just made a position and just left it. So I mean it almost stopped me out, and I already pulled some up here just in case it didn't continue going. But it looks like it didn't stop me out. I still have my I got like 12 locked in. But again, it's Monday, so I don't really. This is kind of a. This is my Monday fun scalping account. I do have a couple positions open on my other computer with alts, but they're only like 5x leverage, and that would be an ADA, a Shiba. Those are a bit bigger of positions, so I only do 5x on those. But yeah, it kind of looks like Bitcoin's making the move. It's given us the idea. I mean, and again, we're seeing the same thing. My favorite pattern all the time. I don't even usually, when I'm trading, I don't even draw it out half the time. You can just start to see, you start to see it rotating around. And when you start to see it rotating around, like I don't trade this, but when I start to see that rotate and I see this big push, all right, that big push is going to pull back to my level, so I'm going to short it. And then now once I get down to my level, I'm going to start playing with longs. Then I'll do shorts, and this is where I'm scalping. And then as it gets towards the end of the pattern, I make a decision to try to hold it on the idea that it's going to hold, break up out of this pattern. So I'm just kind of waiting for my moments. And that's kind of like your coffee, your scalping, doing charts, sharing stuff in the group with people, chatting to people, and then at some point, I just kind of leave it because if I have the idea that it's going to run, I'll try to make an entry, get it up to a good point, and start leaving it. I think I tried to enter back here. I probably got stopped out a couple of times, and then finally locked it in. But that's you lose $2 or $3, you lose $4 or $5, and then you make 30 or 40 when your run goes. And that's not bad for Monday. I do most of my trading like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Unless something tells me otherwise, that just seems to be patterns are more responsive, I find, middle of the week. And again, so if we do hold and we do push here, I would be looking at something along this line. Clone this. Once you think you have good points. And then this is my next range. This is how I'm going to make my next range. And then these are the lines that I'll be trading. So I'm taking profits up here. I'm making entries down here with my stop loss below this idea. I'm taking shorts up here, and if we start to push through, I'm going to cut my losses quick. At this point, we're looking at a potential continuation pattern in the downward direction. We did our bearish retest off our last idea. The last big move idea that we were looking at was this, and this would have been a pattern shared in the group. And we were looking at this bearish retest right here. So I had this pattern drawn out as a top range. And as a bottom range, and we were looking inside of this triangle, we wanted to come down here and see something hold, form a bullish pattern, and then push up. Instead, we broke right down through, did the bearish retest, and headed down to our lower levels. I think our levels were sitting around the 104 area. We broke even below those. But again, there's a larger curve area here. I think I showed earlier where we did bounce. So now we're looking at this pattern. You know, once you get a move, you're going to range again. You're going to move, and then we're going to range again. So right now, here's our range. As this consolidates, could be good for alts if alts are going to actually show up right now. But again, we have to watch dominance and take that level by level. As it sits, this isn't necessarily a bullish looking pattern for Bitcoin. We're going to want to watch for us to break up out and hold this level and then push up. Or we'll be looking at a run down below again and a bearish retest down to a lower area. Somewhere around the 98 to 96 area is very possible. I mean, immediately, not immediately, but as a first target idea, and then maybe some more consolidation if we're going to actually continue down to this larger curve idea. And we don't necessarily have to make it all the way that low again. It could be more like this. And when you're on the daily time frame, that's the difference in a lot of price action. We could come down to somewhere here and manage to hold this level as well. So, I mean, it could be the difference between coming down into the 90s and, you know, dropping back down into the 80s again. Or, I mean, if the market's over and it's really done and this is some type of a, I mean, on the weekly, I think we have bearish divergence here. So, I mean, if it is done, we're watching for this to fall down, get rejected, and then maybe linger into some of those targets that nobody really wants to talk about for Bitcoin. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm definitely, I think a lot more people are paying attention to and investing in altcoins behind closed doors than they are Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's peaking all-time high, and altcoins are just lingering down at all-time lows. Dominance is in a giant rising wedge. It's a pretty tight pattern too. I mean, it's kind of a textbook rising wedge. This one was kind of jumpy. Like it really jumped up, and then it made a bullish pattern here. And it jumped up again. This one has just been like a slow grind, trying so hard to just maintain and go up. I really feel like at some point it's just going to drop and fall. And so, yeah, that's the idea, is that dominance is going to hit these levels up here, and it's going to peak out. Or maybe it doesn't even get this high, because, again, there's a lot more, there are a lot more altcoins now than there were back here. It was probably a lot easier for Bitcoin to just consume 75% of the market. I'm wondering if it's going to be able to push those highs this time, and we don't see a peak out sooner. And then once we do start to roll over, that's when we see alts do incredible things that nobody can even comprehend. And I really do see that happening. But again, with alt season, I'm sure, obviously, if you've been around, so I mean, you know, alt season, you're still going to see crazy pullbacks. We're just getting the momentum change that we want. All right, so yeah, we were looking at Ethereum. I believe this is from the group. Probably shouldn't even share it, but whatever. The idea is that we're going to bounce down here, hold these levels, and start to work our way up to the higher target. They're going to switch over to my other chart so I don't show too many actual setups. Yeah, so that's the basic idea with everything, right? We're looking for a pattern to play out. We start to consolidate. We get boring. We make our decision. We see our entry. You're either going to make an aggressive entry on the bottom with a stop loss below, or you're going to wait for that breakout and the retest. As soon as this breaks out of the top, you don't want to enter because it could just roll over, become this, and then head all the way back down here first. So you want to wait for that breakout, and then you want to see it come back down, hold this area, give you that retest and confirmation that it's going to continue. It's the same thing on the downside. Again, you don't want to just enter when the candle closes here. Maybe if you're scalping, that's different, or if you're doing a very small swing trade, that's different, because you might enter on a close, get a pullback, take some profits, and then ride it back up for the bearish retest if you're confident. But yeah, I mean, right now, your entry was either down at the bottom or it's back up here once we break the top, unless we fail. Like, you don't really want to just jump in up here. It doesn't seem like much, but that's just enough to roll you over, stop you out, and get you wrecked. So go on to a bunch of these coins or these charts that you think have nice volume, draw out your patterns, make your ideas, set your alarms, and make your plays when the time is right. Any play made when the time is not right is going to cost you money, frustration, and confidence. And those aren't things you want to lose on any given day. Other than that, there's not really much going on different than our last video. Don't really think I want to drag this thing out too much, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to hop over in the Discord and look at some of the bigger picture stuff, because I do think we're looking at coming down on these alts. I think we're coming down to these good buy levels again. We've been blessed with a pullback, so I think that alt entry is going to be a really good idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to hop over to the Discord here soon and go do that. Is there anything that anybody's looking at that they want somebody to share an idea about, or because I'd be happy to look at a couple of charts if anybody had any requests. But until we see this move, there's just not too much to go over. We've gone over all this stuff in the last video, these exact patterns. We're still looking at the exact same thing, and Bitcoin has just decided to do a big U and not move once on us. All right. Yeah, so it's this little zone up here. Doesn't seem like much. It gets created way back here and then down here. Now we are actually stuck in here. And the idea is we break up, hold, we're pushing, we break down, we're going to head towards those lower numbers. This. Simply put, we're in a rising wedge short time. Or a falling wedge, sorry, short time. That's basically the simplest way to put all of the overcomplicated things that I just shared. You don't know the curves and the trend ideas I was sharing, go in the Discord chat. But yeah, right now, that's kind of where it's looking like. We're in this falling wedge, short time. And this is what we're watching right now. Yes, there's a curve idea inside of here, but simply put, this is the range we're watching. and we've been watching this range. The only unfortunate part about this is alts aren't doing the thing we want them to do right now. So until we speak again, watch this area. I'll leave it at that for you guys. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to try this again sooner tomorrow. I thought if I waited until the news all broke today that we would see some crazy price action and it would make would make it worth the wait, but that did not happen. So I'm going to go on earlier in the morning tomorrow, and we'll go over some stuff, and hopefully we can call. Because I'd prefer to do that if we can go over some stuff early in the morning and make some calls before the market actually happens, maybe catch some runs, instead of coming on at the end of the day and just watching price action linger. I much would rather come on at 6:37 and share ideas, and if you come on later, you can still watch the video anyways. Yeah, so we're gonna aim for that tomorrow. Again, thanks everybody for stopping by. Do not forget to go show support to all these other amazing traders out here. They've just been so kind in the community, and they've got a lot of great content for you to watch too. So at the end of the day, make your own decisions, but some extra opinions from people that actually care about your well-being, that never hurts to have. So let us grow, guys. Be well.